Is Dr. Moser on campus? Hey, Caleb, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I have been practicing your music, not as much as I would have liked to be able to. Things have been busy. Um, but I'm working on a project now that I'm having to figure out how to play a piano part to send a live MIDI file.
Mhm.
And I think that's going to end up being the best way to try to record your piece too. So as soon as I get my process figured out and play the track for this thing, I'm going to go back and try to do the same thing for yours.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. Yeah.
So that way we could throw it into you know, any virtual instrument,
Hmm.
piano, and there's some really good ones out there and see what it does.
That's cool.
Yeah. But I've played it on the piano at church, which is a pretty good grand. It's not great to record with. It sounds kind of twangy, but playing that thing on a real piano really brings it to life.
Well, I wrote it on an upright that's like half the notes don't work and like super out of tune. But
Yeah. I wrote plenty of stuff on my parents' upright pianos in the same condition. Yeah, it's fun to take it and play it on a real piano.
that's really cool though. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too. I'm sorry it's taken me so long. There are some bits where you've got the melody moving in octaves and holding those, the chord notes around it that's kind of hard to negotiate, but I think if I could really practice this thing a little bit, I could play it just fine.
So I'm confident that if I was to play, I probably wouldn't play what I wrote down. I would probably play whatever felt good in my hands at the time. So
Okay.
feel free to negotiate if you feel like it's maybe if I just left out the chord notes for a minute there, it would. I'm just saying I probably wouldn't play it exactly as I wrote it either. So
Okay. All right. Well, I'll keep that in mind, and I might throw a couple of different versions at you to see what you think.
sure,
Okay.
that's I'm just honored that you're doing that.
Well, I'm I really want to do that and get it finished. Um, I've had a lot of Easter music thrown at me now, but I still want to do that, and you know, sooner rather than later.
Sure.
I know Dr. Whitfield knows all about that Easter music.
Not like you did.
All right. I'm not sure if anyone else is going to be coming, but we can go ahead and start if anyone has something they'd like to show. Yeah. I know Caleb, Jaron, and I have been getting to work on some melody work, but
Well, I'm up for hearing your class assignments if you want to play them.
I mean, if no one else has anything, I have something I can show. It's not very finished at all. Kind of leaves very open ended right now. But I can show something if y'all have the let's see. unless I get an ejection in the next couple of seconds. Y'all see that? Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully I'll be able to hear it too. Okay. Let's try this. Okay, so let me know if y'all can hear this tonight. That's all I got for now. It's a little, minute and a half or so music.
That's completely awesome, if you ask me.
I don't know really what to say about that rhythm work other than that it's sexy.
Well, trying to actually talk to Dr. Whitfield about it a little bit, this piece, a little while ago. But I was trying, sitting up in my bedroom at 11:30 one night, trying to go to sleep. And I just had this, whole idea of the strings, going down and I guess half steps like that. And then having this running bass line along with it. And then having the horns doing the da 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 da, doing that, and the trumpets and going down parallel major seconds and stuff. And I kind of went from there, trying to build everything around that, the horn idea, the fifth, and the rhythm there. But right now it's kind of chaos. But the fruits of my labors for the past. I haven't really worked on it much over the past week. But before that, it's about a week's worth of work. Well, anyways, I can stop sharing now.
No, could you play it again before you take it away?
Y'all like me to?
Yeah, I would.
Let's see if I can.
Yeah, me too.
Sure. Do it again. That last bit there, I'm probably gonna very last note. Maybe I'll make it an A flat like it is right now. Probably I'll make it some type of jazzy, fun chord, and I'm then gonna go into like a slower 3/4 section. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But I was just trying to type it in case no one else had anything to show today, so I have something. I was putting a bunch of A flats. I wouldn't have to think about it. I'll probably make into some jazzier chord.
The running bass lines at the very beginning, the way you've done that, it reminds me of something. I couldn't tell you what, but it's a very cool sound. And the second section is, to me, very Aaron Coplandish. Before.
That's exactly what that's exactly what I was trying to shoot for there. Exactly what I was thinking.
I think you nailed it. Yeah, that part there.
So my idea is to have like 4 different sections, possibly 5. Throwing around the idea of putting like a little ragtime type of section in there just for fun. But specifically 4 different sections. They're all going to kind of intermingle and uh, you know all held together by the the little motive, the bum, bum, that thing. Uh, but my idea is to have those like different things, kind of set them up, and then later just have them kind of tossing around each other the whole time and combining and those type of things.
I was thinking about one thing uh, that you could do. That little fanfare, horn fanfare thing at the beginning, or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
trumpet. Da 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 da.
Yep.
Horn, yeah. Da 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 da. It occurred to me that you might, as you go along, you repeat it a couple of times, but if you wanted to build uh, some tension, it seems like you're building tension in the other parts
Mm-hmm.
that you could uh, change that, like go up a step, some da 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 da, then da 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 da, some kind of variation on it that is also kind of building instead of just the same thing every time. Now, the problem possibly we have here though is this is transposed score, right? Because you
Yeah,
have
like
different key signatures.
yeah, the horn is in
Okay,
it's
those B flats are pretty high, super high, uh, but that makes them already kind of powerful and dramatic, and they're going to seem they're going to seem higher than they really are even.
mm-hmm.
I
So
was actually thinking kind of the other way.
you could go much higher with those, but you might go from the F to the C or something like that. But
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the other way. You could possibly even go instead of B flat to B flat, E flat to B double flat, and that would be super tense and just see
yeah,
how it sounds.
yeah, and it would be you just have to experiment with it if you
Yeah.
if you wanted to do that. Now if you're happy with what you got, of course, go with that. But
I've thought about trying to make build it up a little bit, add some like more instruments, like just through orchestration, make it you know more intense with the different just more instruments playing that. But I also thought about possibly changing the notes. But I like the yeah, if it wasn't so high, going up would be interesting. But the going down to the B double flat, it's kind of cool. So I have to think about all that.
yeah,
Well, and if you played it at the same time, so you got seconds going there, and maybe you could put one of the notes on a muted trumpet. I know you got trumpets coming in later, but
Well, I got the trumpets are right here.
yeah,
So
you could do it with a horn. But I was thinking, in the same vein of developing tension in the part, if maybe not all four notes, but the last note ended up a second apart, you know.
so I mean like the last note of like the little horn fanfare thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Da 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 da.
that's it. I like that. Yeah.
Of course, don't do that every time, or then you
No.
just got that.
Yeah, but like especially like like on like this some of the last ones over here. Some
Yeah.
down here because that's like 5 times. So
And that's another thing. Those trumpets hold it. Are those C trumpets or B flat?
they're B flat
Yeah,
trumpets.
yeah. Those trumpets holding out those notes that high for that long. That's that's kind of treacherous for endurance and
Mhm.
just hitting the notes and holding them. I mean that's going to be challenging.
Yeah, first of all I don't know much about trumpets, so I know how to play the low notes, uh, but uh, so I was looking at it, I was like that's probably really high there, but I kind of wanted that sound, so uh, I don't know.
At least it's going down and not going the other way.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
I'm wondering if a trumpet player would look at that and just play it on a C trumpet.
Minus a C trumpet that wouldn't bother me.
Well, they do that.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, composition thing. I'll be done in 3. Uh, yeah, I don't know if it's going to make that much difference. And trumpets players, that sometimes they just play it on whatever horn they want to play it on anyway. It might be written for B flat, they just play it on C and transpose it, or it might be written for C and they play on the B flat. So it's just kind of really you're not in control.
Well, that's I don't pretend to know much about trumpets. I am proud of myself because in the jazzier section, I used a mute on the trumpet, and I figured out what type of mute I wanted. Now, like I labeled it. Now I'm not zooming in or anything. I labeled it Harmon mutes, and I'm proud of myself because I did, go and figure out what a Harmon mute was, what all the mutes were and stuff. And I chose a Harmon mute because that's the sound I wanted for this part.
Yeah, yeah. Just go on YouTube and you can listen to
Mm-hmm.
trumpets with different kinds of mutes and oh, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Okay.
I went and listened to. I heard Harmon mutes and cup mutes and all sorts of different stuff. But I like the Harmon mute for this part. Uh, anyways, any more comments or anything?
Other than it's your usual masterpiece work. Wow.
Yeah, it's got a lot of
But
promise.
glad y'all
Super
think
cool.
highly of me. But
Well, we don't necessarily think highly of you, Caleb. We think highly of your music.
okay, I think I actually like that better. So, thanks.
While we were talking about class assignments, Dr. Whitfield, I was curious if you got to listen to my those melodies yet. I was going to see
Yeah.
which ones you liked the most, and I can show those here.
Oh, they're all pretty good, really. There was a couple that I had some small comments on, like if you do this here or this there, what do you think about that?
Yep.
And they were minor things, but yeah, I thought they were all pretty good and definitely usable. if you wanted to in a future work. I know I was telling you, I think Roger did that with some of uh,
Yeah.
his assignments in back in the day. Later on, uh, they found their way into pieces.
Hmm. Yeah, those class assignments are a great way to generate material.
But yeah, any of them. I mean, what's your favorite? You know.
There were a few that I really liked. I can pull up a few of them. I'll pull up this one since it's really funny to me. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Sorry, 1 second. So I believe. Let's see if this one works. Huh. I don't know if it's. Can you guys even see it?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. I don't know if it's gonna work or if it's gonna make me restart. Try one more time, see if it works. Okay. Hmm.
So on the
My
piano, this would
plan.
this.
I remember that one. And what occurred to me about it is, and everybody I think saw that there's a lot of rests in there.
Yeah.
That seemed like something that if you had a phrase before it that had more notes in it, that same example, but with more notes in it, and then this would be the second time through. But the second time through, you're taking some of the notes out. You're kind of thinning it out. And it seemed like a good bassoon melody too.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I don't even know if it was coming through at all.
Uh, sort of. Play it again.
And it's kind of soft.
I wonder if I can.
You put a double F on it or something. It might, So yeah, so my idea was like that's basically a phrase that if you first time through uh, had that's embedded in something. You know, there's more notes and fewer risks, but then the second time through, you're thinning it out, and this is the result.
Yeah.
Uh, Seemed like that would be a good way to use it.
Yeah.
So
It seemed like it could be music to a cartoon or something, at night, people going around. But
Yeah.
that's a good thing. I mean, it immediately painted a picture in my mind of something going on.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if, can you guys see this one as well?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought that one was good. Didn't
That
really,
one I wanted to turn into a fugue, and I'm trying to figure out ways to do it. I'm just kind of like trying to mess around with ways to do it. It's tough because I didn't really write it to harmonize with itself specifically, so I'm having to really, you know,
yeah, that always makes it harder.
I have to like really mess with it to see. Um,
It kind of sounds like Halloween music.
yeah, here was an attempt um, at doing that, and it's close to what I want, but not quite. Yeah,
And
that measure.
sometimes you want it to clash some. That's part of the charm that it almost works. But therein lies the charm or the appeal.
Yeah.
Kind of adds to the Halloween effect even.
Let's see.
Oh, I've got to get to a lesson.
Great. Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Let's see. I think there's 2 or 3 more I really liked. This one was probably my favorite.
We're not seeing those notes.
The
Not
little thing was moving across the score thing you showed last time. It wasn't playing that at all.
Yeah, it was playing your maybe fugue.
But
Oh, that's weird. I wonder if
Yeah.
it's oh, okay, I see. I think I got it now.
I like the melody though.
yeah,
Let's see if this actually works. Oh, I don't see it.
Were there specific instructions for types of melodies or write something that sounds like this instruction?
So for these in particular, it was just general melodies, kind of just whatever you wanted. Just try to do something that was just different for make sure that they vary to some degree. Here we go. There we go. There it is.
Yeah.
This second assignment that's due for me tomorrow, I have a few done for that, but it's write 2 of each kind of mode besides Ionian and Aeolian modes. And I can show 1 or 2 of them as well. Here you go. So that one was one of my favorites of those. And then,
Yeah, that's really nice. You should put words to that.
yeah, could do
Get
that.
somebody to sing it.
I like the way that it it starts on the E flat and ends on the E flat, an octave higher, but still that E flat that the ends on isn't the climax of the piece.
Yeah.
The climax is still higher. I like that.
Yeah, that's very, very well done.
Thank you. And then can you guys see this as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Oh God, the poor finale fiddle sound. So pitiful. But this is just a neat little pentatonic.
I thought it sounded pentatonic.
Yeah, very much so. That's one of my favorite things to just like, you know, screw around with. It's not too hard to make something sound good, really.
So were you going for like an early American melody kind of a thing there, or is it just the
I guess
fiddle that
kind of.
kind of?
Yeah. Either in between that or something more I don't know, more modern Eastern, maybe. And then let's see, is this the one that's? Yeah, okay. This will be my last one I can do.
The it hasn't changed for us. There it goes.
Yeah, there we go. This one's a little shorter.
But play it one more time.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like it wants to do more, and then it's got the da da dum little tag on it that just kind of cuts it off.
It would be pretty easy, I feel like, to extend a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. All right, I'll have one more thing I'm kind of wanting to.
Piano tension experiment.
What was the sound you used for that one?
For that last one?
Yeah.
It was just like the keyboard piano MIDI sound, I guess.
That's what it sounded like to me.
Anyway, so this one. This one I haven't even done really melody or rhythm work or any of that. It's just kind of here. But I think it's very interesting. It's going somewhere. I'm not sure where yet, but it's going somewhere.
Caleb, does that strike you as that could be progressions for sort of a jazzy song? It does to me.
Yeah, it's certainly some of the stuff, especially earlier on at the beginning, uh, and even later too. But especially some of that stuff, the first after the first repeat and stuff. I was thinking that.
Yeah. There's, a lot of it probably because it's some 13s and then later on a lot of almost like Frenchy whole tone kind of sounding chords.
Yeah, the chords with all the sharps.
Yeah.
There's a part where you just get right there in measure 11, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Because measures 9 and 10 are always big tense chords,
Mm-hmm.
and then right there it's just
Opens up for a minute.
it's just an E minor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just that I thought it was interesting that it's all this all these weird chords and stuff, and then just like that, and it goes right back into the weird stuff the next couple
It's like a moment of just recognizable.
Yeah, you could put a singable melody to that really easily.
Yeah. So that was just kind of something I had an idea of wanting to have very open sounding chords, which I thought having, the loose kind of fifths and fourths next to each other, even if it sounds like a 13 chord, it doesn't really feel like major or minor. And then it just turns into tenser and tenser whole tone sounding things. And then you just have a sudden change into a dominant. I just think that that's really, really interesting.
I like it.
You could always I imagine probably by the time you're all I'm probably you'll end up doing something different than just the piano playing quarter notes the whole time.
Yeah.
Probably won't be just that. But you could always do it on maybe other instruments or something, so that way you can get even more of that space you were talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
Go all over the place with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You guys are making me want to drag out my composition assignments. Did Dr. Whitfield have you guys work through that? I think it was Dallin. It was a little blue book.
Yeah, that's what we're looking through right now.
Okay. And in the back it has, write write a piece for bass and flute, or write a piece with, I don't remember the description so much, but it, they really stretched me anyway to try things I'd never done before.
Yeah. Yeah, right now we're just getting through the earlier chapters with melody stuff, and some of the modal writing is coming up, and it's just really interesting because I haven't really thought of writing in Lydian before, or Mixo or Phrygian as much. I'm coming to find I really really like Phrygian, but
Phrygian's my favorite.
yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, it just like really really well written Phrygian thing just pulls at my heart. It's really fascinating.
Um, I'm sorry, I'm trying to think which one's Phrygian.
The minor with a flat two.
Starts on E. No.
Yeah, if you're like
Yes.
building from C, it's
Okay.
it's on E.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, in Phrygian, instead of doing like the whole, we're kind of used to, in music, going the whole re, si, do. You do like say, ra, do, kind of like the inverse of that. You go from a whole step, instead of a whole step above to a half step below, you go from a whole step below to a half step above.
Yeah.
Just makes me happy for some reason.
And what's crazy is like how strong it still feels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like the is it Lydian, the raised fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
I do like that one. I'm terrible at writing in it. I'm not. I can't get it to sound right when I write in Lydian. But I do like when it's actually someone writes it well. I really like it.
Yeah, it's an interesting sound.
All right. I think that's probably it for today. Hopefully we can catch some more people next week. And now that they're actually forewarned, since I didn't really let anyone know if it was actually happening until later this morning. So
Well, we had talked about it last time, but
yeah, it's all right. I figured there would be some people that would, end up having to leave early or show up late or whatever the case was. But
Yeah. I have a piano lesson at 3:30, so if we end up going longer than this, I'll have to leave early. But
yeah,
it's an online lesson, so
yeah, busy semester.
quite.
All right. Well, thank you guys. We will meet again next week, 2:30 again. Hopefully catch a few more people.
All right.
Thank you.
I'll see you then.
See ya.